Hey, Wellness Crew. And yes, I am not in yoga clothes. I'm not doing yoga today. Today, I just kind of wanted to touch on things that I do regarding what I do as a wellness coach and how that's going to translate into future videos. So, as much as I love doing yoga, as much as I love doing the meditation videos, and I will continue to do them, they will also be interspersed with videos like this on specific topics, on certain things. And that comes from how all this started was from a podcast that I have. It's really small and it's totally fine. I do it more for me than for anything else, but it's just a way to provide information on how to be well in every area of your life. And I definitely want to have that happen in the YouTube space or the Rumble space. So my topic today for my podcast was actually talking about blended families and step parenting. And the reason that I thought that that would be super important is because obviously wellness of the entire family is so dependent on the wellness of the couple, on the wellness of the relationship that they have, on the trust that they have in each other. And if you're at a stage in your life where you have children and maybe your partner has children and you're going to kind of try to Brady Bunch it, that's amazing and that's incredible and that's something that should be commended. But there's definitely things that you want to avoid. And namely, what that is trying to replace the biological parent. So even if there is some, we'll say, not ideal things, that's not for you to judge. And that's not for you to kind of intersperse and get in the place of. That's actually just not how it works. I have been a step parent before in the past, and I loved every minute of it. It was so wonderful. But I always knew my role, and I knew that my role was not to replace the biological parent because I would never want to replace her. She's an amazing mother. So, even if you're in a situation where the biological parent isn't the most amazing, person, it doesn't mean that you have the right to try to step in and overstep your boundaries. Now, what you can do is definitely make sure to honor traditions and values that your partner and their children already have. But you can definitely make new traditions. You can make new things. You can do, like an annual family outing or like have a night where it's just the family, playing a board game or playing a video game together or whatever it is that the kids kind of want to do, right? Because we want to have them feel as comfortable as possible. They are the focus. But you also sometimes will, encounter things, maybe things that you find hurtful, maybe things that you find that you might take personally. And I guarantee you, we all know kids, and kids will say things and they don't even know what it could mean to you. Maybe you have a personal experience in the past that was kind of negative or didn't have the greatest relationship with certain people, whatever it may be, right? Don't take that in to this new family unit that you are trying to get together. You want it to be as seamless as possible. And you definitely want to build a good rapport, but understanding that that rapport is going to take time. It's not just an overnight thing. So it's really great to start out slow, when you're first kind of having the kids around each other or introducing the kids, that, you let them play, you let them have their fun. Especially it's great if they already get along. But If it's just one person that has children and the other person doesn't, which I have had that experience as well personally, um, it can still be amazing because you get to see this person become the step parent that they would truly be. And I was very blessed in that situation. So there are a lot of ways that you can kind of go about this, but making it fun, making it child centered and focused. But the only way that you can do that is if you have a really good relationship with your partner. You give your partner time. You don't rush meeting family, you don't rush meeting children, you don't rush any of that stuff. You wait for it all to come together organically. And if it comes together organically, that's awesome. And I love that. If it's not so organic, if it seems kind of, you know, a little difficult, just don't push too hard and especially don't push too fast. When you do these things, you are going to alienate the kids. You are going to also alienate your partner because your partner undoubtedly loves their kids more than anything. And I personally wouldn't want to be with someone that would pick me over their kids. I would want to be with somebody that would pick their kids over me. And not everybody has that idea or that dynamic. So, and that's unfortunate because you have to remember, I don't care about being number one if my partner has children. I would rather be number two or even number three because I would want God to come first. But for you and whatever your belief structures are and however it is that you feel about it, blended families are something that happen pretty frequently, right? About half of all marriages, or at least like first marriages, end in divorce. And that's just what it is, you know? So, yes, there's the outliers. There are people that have beat that outcome, and I'm so happy for them, and I love that for them. But if you are a single person, okay, but you meet someone and you really like them, but you're a little trepidatious maybe when it comes to the idea of them already having children, why not just give it a go? Or why not just try? Unless you know for sure, like that's like a no go for you. And there's some people that are like that, and there is no problem with that. If you don't want children, if you don't want to be a step parent, then just don't lead someone on that has children. It's really simple. But, anyways, blended families can be a really beautiful thing. You can really learn a lot from this new dynamic, from this new structure. You can really like, it's like adding to your family, it's like building to your family, you know? So it is a wonderful thing, or it can be a wonderful thing. But of course, there's going to be challenges, and it's going to take time to develop that trust. It's going to take time to develop that, just that relationship. Like all relationships take time. Well, like real time. Um, you know, I think introducing kids, any sooner than like 6 or 8 months is a little fast, but that's just me and that's just what I coach. That doesn't mean that that has to be your dynamic or what you do. Maybe it was faster for you, and I'm not shaming you for that. And it's especially different when you have adult children, but when you have children that are like 12 and under or 13 and under, you definitely just want to make sure, again, that the focus is the kids. The focus isn't so much you, but that you do always find the time to reconnect and come together as a couple, and that you always find the time to show these children what a healthy, positive relationship looks like. So, that was just a taste of what was on my podcast. and I feel really good not being in yoga clothes right now. I'm being a little bit dressed up. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, Wellness Crew. I'll see y'all on the next video. Be well, stay wild. If I can get my remote to work. As always, this always happens.